get into it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. So today it's going to be an update about the plane crash that we touched up on yesterday during the update about the missing about Sherilyn wrote the missing child. So there has been a couple of updates since then. One happened to be a few hours ago, late last night. So a lot of this stuff was happening throughout the day, a lot of the updates. So we're just gonna kind of watch some of the more recent, more clippage since yesterday we watched more of the military personnel and the police personnel and the fire department, things like that, all discussing what was going on at the time. So, and I know that was pretty early on in the day too, so we didn't have much information. So there has been um, some more news and updates in regards to that. So we're just gonna watch a couple of clippings, and then there are clippings I do want to show you that are um ring cameras from the incident too, so they'll be more realistic to see what happened on that morning, early morning. So we would definitely get into that. And then that would be pretty much it. Just kind of want to keep you guys updated on what's going on with the situation and how it who was affected by everything. So but first, before we do get into that, let me do my spiel. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as a criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Also, even though I don't think we'll be discussing anything about it, but all people are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and I am expressing my First Amendment right. So let's get that out of the way and let's get to it. So let me share the screen with you guys. And I did see that chat, Rainbow. The black box recording sounds like everything was okay. So I'm not too sure what you're meaning about that, but hopefully you'll let me know in the chat.
From this direction over here, you can see this brick wall is broken. Yeah, Catherine, Nichelle, it's been a chaotic scene all and hours later, you can still smell the jet fuel. Now, what we do know is that the plane entered the neighborhood from this direction over here. You can see this brick wall is broken. there, Nichelle, it's been a chaotic scene all day, and hours later, you can still smell the jet fuel. Now, what we do know is that the plane entered the neighborhood from this direction over here. You can see this.
Okay. So we are going to go on. We already know the plane crash. So I want to get to these videos in. No, no, get off my screen. Okay. We are going to share this then. And hopefully this was playing correctly earlier, so hopefully it's not messing up now. So that was like the whole video. So it was really 11 seconds long, so hopefully it'll play. This is crazy. Between my computer and the picture, it's both crazy. I don't know why it doesn't want to get it together. Let me just refresh the page. That's not claim I have like all this stuff connected to the internet as well. But we'll just refresh. Get off my screen. And there's two videos, so it's like get get it together, computer. Let's see. It worked. Maybe I just got
Sunshine came softly through my window today. We st-
Okay, we're gonna skip that ad again. Good morning, Temper. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. So we're just kind of seeing video footage of ring cameras from the plane crash from San Diego. Um, so here's another one.
And cars caught fire. It forced a lot of people to have to evacuate.
NBC7 Janek is Sada explained.
Several homes in the military community and cars caught fire. It forced a lot of people to have to evacuate.
Look like as those flames quickly spread, Jeanette, those images are just wild.
They are, and truly, it's been
Oh my God, I'm
remarkable
so
to
sorry,
see the
guys.
community supporting one another during this time of tragedy. We are here at Hancock Elementary. This is one of those evacuations.
Okay, at least we got to see the boom. I don't know why that one's not. It's just probably my system. I didn't have a feeling that's what it is. I will. I'm waiting for it to come in. I don't know why FedEx is doing whatever they're doing with my package, but I need my stuff to come in, guys. So get on it, FedEx. Get on it because I need to get out of this closet. I do. So then as I was looking into that, then we noticed that then they finally came out with who ended up, remember how we are saying they didn't, at the time when I did my last reporting, they didn't know how many passengers were on the plane. They just knew two were already deceased, and there were 8 injuries on the ground and things like that. So we didn't know exactly all the details. So again, we got to see the ring footage of the some of the incidents, and so now they are claiming, well, they say it has been confirmed that it's some of the band members from the Devil Wears Prada, and um that Dave Shapiro, I guess he's a manager or something like that. I guess we'll read into it and I guess we'll find out who they are, right? I guess a music executive. So let me go ahead and share that. Shouldn't have a problem sharing this screen. Um, so this is the drummer. So, a executive, a former drummer, and four others were killed after a small private jet crashed into a military neighborhood of San Diego early on Thursday morning. The plane, a Cessna Citation 2, crashed due to foggy weather shortly after 3:30 a.m. local time, 11:30 a.m. BST, near Montgomery Gibbs Airport. The Federal Aviation Administration said. Officials said all 6 passengers were killed. 2 people on the ground were treated for minor injuries, and another remains in hospital. Sound Talent Group, a music talent agency, said 3 of its employees, including its co founder, Dave Shapiro, died in the tragedy. Daniel Williams, a former drummer with the metalcore band The Devil Wears Prada, had posted on Instagram that he was flying on a plane of the same model with Shapiro on Wednesday night. The band appeared to confirm his death with a tribute post. We are devastated by the loss of our co founder, colleagues, and friends. Our hearts go out to their families and to everyone impacted by today's tragedy, Sound Talent Group said in a statement. At least 10 homes in the Murphy Canyon neighborhood, one of the largest military housing units in the world, were set alight after the crash, and more than 100 people had to be evacuated because of the jet fuel spill. Remember, they were saying the fuel was running down the side of the streets, and just cars were just lighting up on fire. Um, so they're just kind of saying, here's the airport, here's Murphy Canyon. That's where the plane crashed. So I don't know, like, the route they were taking, because planes go. Chief said the flight appeared to have originated from the Midwest and was heading toward Montgomery Gibbs Airport. FlightAware, a flight tracking website, listed a plane of the same model that took off from the Wichita, Kansas, and was scheduled to land at Montgomery Gibbs at 3:47 a.m. The flight originated from Teterboro, New Jersey on Wednesday night. Eddie described the neighborhood as a gigantic debris field. He said, when it hit the street as the jet fuel went down, it took out every single car that was on both sides of the street. Every single car was burning down. We have one car fire that just will not go out no matter what we put on it. So that's just how massive this fire was. They just could not put it out. Christopher Moore, a resident, said he, his wife, and two daughters fled their home after hearing a loud bang and seeing black smoke through their bedroom window. Yikes. It was definitely horrifying, but sometimes you just got to drop your head and get to safety, he said. Pictures of the scene showed charred cars and destroyed homes with blackened roofs. Drones were launched to research for scattered parts of the aircraft. I remember that during the interview, he did say that since the sunlight was starting to come out and stuff, it was bright enough for them to send the drones out. So you could see, debris everywhere from the plane here, cars just on fire. I can't quite put into words what the scene looks like, but with the jet fuel running down the street and everything on fire all at once, it was pretty horrific to see, Scott Wall, the police chief, said. The National Transportation Safety Board will lead the investigation into the crash. So, again, pretty horrific. Like, that video kind of like show like, and I'm not sure how far he was from the scene. That video was from the scene, but that was pretty big. That was a pretty big boom. Like everything just went pretty black or white according to the screen, but I'm sure it wasn't. Well, it was probably big old flash, but like it just you couldn't see nothing. Like it took out the whole screen. That's why. See, we can watch it again. I think my computer hates me. I really think my computer hates me because we were, and that's what was happening with the other videos. I was, oh, let's see. Um, my first thing, well, as at first, it just kind of, I didn't know if it was in connection to any of the other crashes that were going on, um, at the same time. But then when I was reading the article about like the drummers and stuff, then I was like, I'm not really into that. That's not my sound music. I'm more country music, so I'm not familiar of who they are. Um, but you know, at the same time, like with everything else going on in the music industry and things like that, I mean, could it be connected into something else as far as the Hollyweird goes on and things like that? So um, it'll be nice to know if anybody who actually is more familiar with this type of music and with this type of and with this band, that if they knew of anything that was going on, if these people were into anything out of the ordinary. I mean, most it's Hollyweird, so everybody's into something, right? But yeah, I mean, it could possibly, as soon as when I heard it was like drummer and executive a musician executive and things like that, I was just like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, the first line that you read when you come to this article on one of the articles that I was reading on, it states, the first thing that they say in foggy weather. So it's like, why really an issue on why the plane came crashing down? Like, are you blaming that it was so foggy that they lost clear sight? I mean, like it just didn't make sense, and it still doesn't seem like they put out any kind of reason yet. They're still investigating on the actual reason of what caused the plane to come down, whether it was like some of the other videos we do see, like with some of the other crashes, like they had video on like that one plane catching fire in the air before hitting the ground. So I mean, was it a malfunction in the air? Like how did that explosion happen in the air compared to it coming down? Yes, that is correct. And oh my god, these messages are taking forever to come up. So, but yeah, so again, I mean, with these, I mean, it's a producer, so I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I'm hoping more information comes out as far as like the plane crash itself to see if they're saying it was something was, you know, sabotaged on the plane, or something was out of the ordinary, like as far as any kind of electrical or technical issues from the plane, or if it was actually, um, who knows, I mean, there's a lot of questions there that still haven't been answered, and it's still an investigation. So hopefully we'll be able to have some more. That's why I said, as soon as when I thought it was one way, when it was just military, I was thinking it was like having to do with government, and seeing it was something like that. And then they said drummer and then this. So I'm like, man, it could be linking to this. Like, there's a lot of stuff with the music industry going on. So I mean, like, nowadays it's kind of like there's so many connections to a lot of things. It could be, or it could be truly an accident. But was it really the fog that was involved? But let's get that out. That's like them saying it was raining, and Carmelo Anthony had no choice but to run underneath that tent. Let's not go there. But in this instance, like, did the fog really have a play and a part on what happened? So and that'll be another question, since they want to mention the weather, right? So let's see how this all, because like I said, Dave Shapiro, I'm not too familiar I know he's pretty well known, but like the band itself, I'm not metal, rock, or anything like that. So if I heard their music, I probably, if it's well known, I probably heard it, and I wouldn't know that was them singing it. So um but yeah, it's might be something worth looking into, because usually something like this, usually there's always something connected in some way or another. Um it's very rare that it's a true accident. And I'm not saying that there cannot be a malfunction somewhere to where it's an actual true accident, but again, in most of these situations, there's always an underlying somewhere. We just got to dig for it. But again, I wanted to bring that was just first thing I saw when I came on this morning, and I saw that there were updates on that. And again, we want to I thought it was real nice that this article over here showed the little kid making hearts for everybody throughout, you know, throughout the day. Members of the communities, service members brought together to meet the immediate needs. 9-year-old Aiden Young showed his support by posting hearts around the neighborhood to give love and encouragement to all those affected. Even though they're having a bad day and stuff is sad, I hope it helps them and gives them happy thoughts, Young said. Aw. So, let's keep them in our prayers. And even the young kids are pulling together and helping out the community any way they can. Like it says, I'm assuming it says stay strong. Oh. So, I'm not even gonna try to play the video because yeah, we already know about the system. We're not technical issue. We're not gonna even fight it today. We're just gonna kind of go with it. Let it do its thing, and we'll just do our thing with it. So, no sense on getting mad. So let me stop sharing. Okay. So yes. So again, that is just a big old tragedy. Whether it's connected with some type of government or to the music industry, or maybe even to both. I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on with this, with a lot of the trial, with a lot of the government officials. So, um, I mean, even back in the day, linking to the president. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, it's all one big old circle of life, I guess. That's how you want to put it. So everybody knows everybody in that society, and unfortunately, little old me is not in that society. So, and I'm glad. I'll stay right here in my closet then. No, I don't want to be in my closet anymore. So again, that we just need to keep all the military people in our prayers, and hopefully, um, I haven't seen. They haven't really mentioned any of like the organizations that have been asking for donations or anything for this cause, but I haven't seen, not even on these articles they haven't listed. Oh, it says donations no longer needed. San Diego Police Department says the San Diego Police took a moment on social media Thursday afternoon to thank the community for all their donations before showing them that more donations are no longer needed. It says, okay. Police also said they, and of course, a military family, like I said, they'll be okay as far as being able to relocate somewhere else. But in the meantime, I'm sure the kids need school supplies, clothing, things like that, little food in the meantime. But it looks like they got everything situated and together. So, all right. So that is my time for this section. I am planning on coming back again. This is why I wanted to come on so early, because I'm probably going to be on for most of the day covering as many stories as I can today. I am tired of, I just been putting like a lot of shelves up and a lot of things. So like a lot of like handy labor work. So I just want to just chill out right here with you guys and try to catch up on everything. And hopefully the system will work with me throughout the day, because, oh lordy, this is going to be a long day then. But this will help us with patience. So again, as you may know, it is May 25th, National Missing Children's Day. Um, we are going to be, we have been covering missing children stories. We have been covering success stories, covering missing children information um, with you guys all this month long. Um, Vivid Lifestyles, my nonprofit organization, which normally helps abuse children, women, and men, um, you know, get, you know, get out of abuse situation that they're in, regardless if it's domestic, parent, child, anything like that. So also, we teamed up with Vivid Lifestyles has teamed up with the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. So we are doing a fundraising for them as well for this month. And Probably in future months, we will be teaming up with them, trying to get to do events and things like that. But definitely this month, we are fundraising for their program as well for the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. With that being said, if you have any information regarding a missing child, please contact your local authorities. If you are not comfortable with your local authorities, contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1 800 843 5678. That is 1 800 The Lost. Again, thank you for being here with me today, and pinkies up and stay safe.